Here is the Avast Security News Roundup for the week ending September 18th, 2020. Hacking. What is it? Hacking is the general term for computer system intrusions and subversions, and here are some examples. Phishing. It's a hacking method where the target is fooled into giving up their security and personal info. Malware. Viruses, Trojans, internet worms, adware, and, worst of the bunch, ransomware. Social engineering preys on the vulnerability of the computer or device user. Usually, it's the weakest link. Distributed denial of service attack. A DDoS attack floods a specific server with so many requests for service that it becomes either unusably slow or completely inaccessible. Fake Wi-Fi hotspots, usually named something similar to the real thing, something like hotel Wi-Fi or airport lounge. When someone connects to this network, the hacker has full control of the packets, which are the data. Clickjacking. It's a strategy that fools you into clicking on something other than what you think you've clicked on. Two basic flaws make it easy for hackers to break into your systems. Number 1. Weak passwords, allowing hackers to gain access to accounts by using brute force attacks. Cracking the password of one account shouldn't be enough to gain full access to an internet network. But in many cases, it just takes this and the ability to exploit known vulnerabilities to gain further access to the system. Number 2. Not updating. In addition to weak passwords, over 2/3 of organizations are using vulnerable versions of software that hasn't received the required security updates, leaving it open to being exploited. Use a password manager so you don't use the same password or a weak password, and update whenever a new version is available. Plug those security vulnerabilities. The debate over face mask recognition. The contentious debate over facial recognition software and now mask recognition software rages as developers race to pioneer the best algorithms despite substantial criticism from privacy advocates. The U.S. does not have a federal law governing data privacy, so the questions as to whether recognition software crosses the line into privacy infringement or not remains undecided. Proponents of mask recognition software claim it is not anti-privacy because it does not identify specific people. Facial recognition software, like the kind that allows iPhones to identify their owners' faces, relies on a training set, an initial face it's trained to identify. Mask recognition software is intended only to identify if someone is wearing a mask or not. I personally don't have tracking app on my phone. You need to make your own decision on this controversial topic. YouTube hit with a £2.5 billion lawsuit over children's data. London-based nonprofit Foxglove has taken representative action against YouTube, seeking £2.5 billion in damages for allegedly breaking UK and European data protection laws by targeting up to 5 million children under the age of 13 with addictive programming and data harvesting. Foxglove maintained that Google-owned YouTube pitched itself to toy makers Hasbro and Mattel as the favorite website of kids 2 to 12. Foxglove stated that if the case succeeds, millions of British households whose kids watch YouTube may be owed hundreds of pounds. YouTube claims the website was not intended for children under the age of 13, referring them instead to the YouTube Kids app developed back in 2015. TikTok pushes to settle child privacy lawsuit ahead of its sale. As the Oracle acquisition of its U.S. operation nears, TikTok is hurrying to settle a privacy lawsuit in Illinois. The suit alleges that TikTok unlawfully recorded minors' personal information, including face scans, both to be used for marketing purposes and to bolster further AI development in China. According to the Wall Street Journal, face geometry scans and voice prints are collected by TikTok and used to recommend content based on users' age, race, and physical attractiveness. A Facebook whistleblower exposes negligence and sluggishness. When Facebook data scientist Sophie Zhang was fired, she turned down a $64,000 non-disparagement package so that she could speak out against the slow movement, poor organization, and negligent behavior among the top brass at the social giant, which has allowed multiple foreign governments to use the platform for criminal subterfuge, such as undermining elections. I have personally made decisions that affected national presidents without oversight and taken action to enforce against so many politicians globally that I've lost count, Zhang wrote in the 6,600-word memo. You can read the full story on BuzzFeed. And that's enough security-related news for 1 week. Stay safe. See you next week. Bye-bye.